Hi, family. Welcome back to the Bartonella channel. Today we're going to discuss relationships. Yeah. How are your relationships going? Are they going as good as mine? I hope they're going better. Okay, I come on here and I try to be positive and so on, but let's face it, it's hard to be positive all the time, right? So anyway, relationships. Um, I can't say that I'm Dr. Ruth Westheimer, nor can I say that I have the perfect relationships because I have had a few. Um, it's really hard when you are in a relationship and the other person does not have this and you do because they don't understand you. And a lot of times it's easier without having another half, I think. Some of us think that are in relationships. They often, especially after you first get it and you first come down with the really bad symptoms. I mean, in the first stage of it, in the first parts of it, you get through things, everything's great, and you're tired, but you're not having your major flare ups. It's a big change, not only on us because we're scared, we're trying to get diagnosed. We think we know what's wrong with us because we've looked it up on the computer. We try to talk to our doctors who don't want to hear, well, you're on the web. We've always got people coming in here all the time telling us what they think they have. So, we've got a lot going on with us, but it's also trying on our other halves. Now, I know with Roger, I am not in a normal relationship, and I really didn't want to bring out what my relationship is like because there are issues there, not only with my Bartonella, and I believe he has it also, but because he has Asperger's, and so does my daughter. Asper. P is in peaches. E-R, not burger, not Asperger. I know what you're thinking. Asperger. So we call them Aspies, and that is a malformation of the brain when they're born. They don't understand and they cannot comprehend other people's feelings. They only know what they feel. So living with somebody like that has been pure hell. Yes. A lot of times, a lot of us, like I think almost myself, we stay in the relationship because we are scared. We don't know where we're going with this thing because, you know, are we going to be good one day? Are we going to not be good? And it's kind of like you don't want to be alone. But yeah, sometimes you think you'd be better off alone. The stress from being in a relationship often doesn't help us at all. But yet, we stay for whatever reason. Um, and then there's some of us that, luckily, we have a good partner, and I wish that everybody out there had a good partner, that understands us, is willing to be there, and is willing to be capable to, or be dependable. That's the best word. Somebody that'll help us out. Somebody that isn't embarrassed to be seen with us with a cane or a rollator walker or even a wheelchair. Or, days that we're having flare-ups when we don't feel like putting makeup on and doing our hair and so on. And let me tell you, that is me 95% of the time. Not that I try to portray it in the videos here. I put on a little bit to look a little bit better, but I could look a lot better. So, it's relationships are tough when you're having this, and especially when they do not understand. I mean, you can talk to somebody until they're blue in the face. You can talk to them for a year straight, not coming up for air. And they're still not going to understand what you're going through and what you're experiencing because it is not them. They may have compassion if you have the right person, but if you don't, well, that makes it all the more tougher, and then you tend to withdraw more. Now, on the sexual aspect of things, from what I've seen from talking with people, a lot of us have lost our libido. We don't care whether we get it or not. But we do have to think of our partners, and then some of us, we're in so much pain. It's like, oh my God, are you kidding me? Why? Why bother? But, relationships are give and take, and we tend to be withdrawn in ourselves because we're fighting a disease, and we almost have this I feel sorry for myself thing. Not always. I'm not, don't get me wrong, but down deep, we tend to think about this disease a lot because we live it every day, and we don't know how we're going to feel from one minute to the next. And whatever it may be, a pain here in your head, like I'm feeling right now, or a cramp in your back automatically reminds you of, you have a disease. So it's in our head 24/7, every second of the day. So we have to also learn, I guess, to talk about other things no matter how lousy we feel. We have to try to talk about things, other things besides our health. We have to kind of like step outside of our comfort zone. Even if you don't feel like having sex one day, if your partner wants to, well, try as best as you can. Give in, okay? So you may not be a god or a goddess in bed, but it is what it is. So, yeah, relationships are very trying, and a lot of us end up alone, and a lot of us don't mind. And then some of us stay in relationships because everything's going good, and we have a good, comforting partner who is dependable and is totally supportive of us. And then there's those of us that stay in relationships for the wrong reasons, probably, whether it be financial, because a lot of us aren't working now, or what. But I guess it's everyday living anyways. But yeah, just remember that it's kind of like a give and take thing. Your other half doesn't want to hear about how horrible you feel all the time. So it's always good to try to, talk about other things and so on. Now, as far as friends go, a lot of us have lost a lot of friends because they don't understand. And I think a lot of times we tend to lose track of our friends because we're tired of explaining ourselves and because our friends don't understand us. Not to mention the fact that a lot of times we do withdraw because of all the extra outside stimulation, like I've mentioned in prior videos. But it is good to keep in touch with friends. It is good to get out once in a while. I know myself, I will come up with every excuse there is not to go somewhere, instead of just coming out and saying, look, I don't know how I'm going to feel. I can't plan anything. I'll try to be there. If I don't make it, it's not because I don't want to be there, even though you're thinking inside your head, yeah, I don't really want to be there. Just explain to them. Just tell them how it is. And if you lose friends because they don't like the fact that you're ill now, then that's your friend's fault. That's not your fault. You didn't ask for this disease. Not one of us that is watching this video has ever asked to go through the pure hell that we're going through. So just remember that. If they're a real friend, they will stick by you. They will come and visit you if you don't feel like going out. Allow a friend in, allow a friend to come to your house. You may have to say, I get really tired. Maybe, a half an hour is good, no more than an hour, whatever. But it is good to have our outside friendships and stuff. A lot of times our friends are willing to help us out. They'll go to the store for us and so on. And you'll start noticing that your friends sometimes are a better backbone than your family is sometimes. So it's good for us to keep our friends. I mean, I know we just really want to be left a lot of times in our own world. But we do need the outside source besides just seeing doctors. We need to be reminded that there is a real world out there and that life does go on and that, we don't always have to be down and out and inside our houses and stuff. So relationships are trying, and many of us have resorted to just basically locking ourselves in the internet world. I know I do that, obviously. Here I am. I'm also a DJ, though. I play music for the public when I'm feeling good. I have to put on this persona that's so happy, and even in these videos. Can I say I'm a good actor? I don't know. But, yeah. And it does feel good at the end of a night after you've gotten out and you've socialized. But the thing is you also need your downtime to recoup. So any rate, relationships are a wonderful thing, and everybody needs a friend, and some of us only have each other because we have just basically shut everybody out. So, if you guys can find somebody, that's local, that has the same disease as you, that would be awesome. That is the reason for having videos like this, so you can show your friends that have this. So, there are people out there, we all need a friend or two. And most of us can only count our friends on 4 or 5 fingers that are really, really close to us, that we can count on and depend on, and they can depend on us. So we do need to be dependable for them and seeing them on occasion as much as we want them to be dependable for us if we really need their help, or we just want our friendships just because it's good. It's inspirational. So, any rate, guys, we'd like to know, everybody would, how's your relationships? Are you single? Are you married? Are you with just a significant other and not married? How do you look at your relationships? How do you look at people in general? Have you lost friends because of this? Have you gained friends because of it? I would like to put together, like, not so much a meet and greet, because a lot of us, we all feel different at different times of the day. But I think it would be good if we all had like a support system where each of us found somebody. And on the web, it's kind of hard. You kind of want to be careful about that, kind of like with dating sites, you don't know who you can trust and who you can't. But I would like to, be in contact with people that also have this disease. And yeah, you can always find me on Facebook at Herkimer County Lyme Disease Support Group, or you're more than welcome to email me at simplyonesue@gmail.com. I'm willing to talk to people. I know that not everybody lives in the state and they're right next door to me and so on, but I'm always here to talk to people, and that's what I do now that I'm practically a shut-in. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening to this little clip here. May not be one of my better ones, but I'm sure you could relate to at least one thing that I said in here. You don't have to give it a thumbs up, preferably not a thumbs down, but I would like to hear from you down below. Hit subscribe. The more people that communicate, the more we can bring this out into the public, and the more we bring this out in the public, the more the doctor's eyes will open up and realize, hey, this is an epidemic. I hope everybody is having a good day. Don't let anybody's attitude reflect on how you are feeling. No. We have it tough enough. So try to keep yourself uplifted. Spend your days listening for 5 minutes a day. I challenge everybody to just listen to some uplifting affirmations or Louise Hay, or listen to a bedtime meditation that's uplifting. Something to keep yourselves in a positive state and try to keep busy. All right, thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you soon.